RSA 36A:5-2 to receive comments in reference to the Town Conservation Commission purchasing 13.6 acres at 296 Charles Bancroft Highway, Tax Map 15, Lot 22. The public is now welcome to be addressed. Anybody here have any specific?
State your name and address.
Yeah, and state your name and address for the record. Anyone who would like to speak?
I can't hear him.
Okay. Do I have to come up there?
If you could speak loudly. I mean,
Okay. I can speak loudly.
Okay.
My name's Eric Farron. I'm here with my stepmom. It's 301 Charles Bancroft Highway.
Right.
I was just curious. I'm a little unfamiliar of the Conservation Commission's purpose. I was curious, do you guys have bylaws that say what type of land that you can purchase and what you can do with the land after you purchase it? As far as what type of use? Will it continue to be agricultural, or will it be, I'd heard a rumor or something about potentially a boat ramp or something like that. So I was curious if this all goes through, what the purpose for the land will be.
It's primarily for agricultural purposes and lands conservation. We're trying to conserve the open space of the town, and primarily for farmland, which we'd like to see it preserved. You know, we could not see 5 or 6 houses being developed along there and totally destroying the character of the town. So this is why we move forward on this particular piece of land.
Okay. So is there something I tried to research your bylaws or whatever governance this organization follows to see if there was any particular purposes that you, other than agricultural, that you might be able to use for that property for.
John?
There's nothing in our bylaws that say that, but we are governed under RSA 36-A, and we can buy any type of land that we see suitable. We are charged with protecting the natural resources of the town. So we've got farmland is a good natural resource of the town, especially type soil that's down there, and that's why this was attractive to us. It was also attractive to us because it has a small amount of frontage on the river. And as you know, we have 16 miles of riverfront and no really public access, except for our Morris Falls piece, which is about a quarter mile from the A. So that was the two things that made it attractive. The townspeople have said many times over and over in planning board surveys that the planning board has recently done the last couple of years that they want to see the rural aspect of the town protected, and they particularly want to see farmland protected. And that has been for years. When Pat Jewett and I were on a committee way back, 10 years, 15 years ago, they wanted to see farmland protected, so we thought this was a good use of our funds.
Gene Burr, 294 Charles Bancroft, abutting the aforementioned land.
Right.
What's the plans for public access to the river? I thought there was public access to the river that the state owns roughly where a little south of the food pantry. I thought that was state-owned land that was supposed to be.
North of the pantry, but
Okay, north of
but that's the state. Yeah, but that they had purchased that many years ago to put a boat access in, which they never did. Obviously, it's just they let it go to rack and ruin. Charlie used to farm that field, and then
I understand that that's basically, now we have 2 potential access sites, correct?
I in particular have dealt with the state for about 15 years on that access. First they over-engineered it to make it ADA accessible. And they realized some pieces you just can't make ADA accessible. Then they ran out of money.
Excuse me, what's ADA?
I'm sorry, American Disabilities Act.
Okay.
So, then there was state recognition game ran out of money. So that has been in limbo for the last 5 or 6, 7 years. We didn't think it was going anywhere. Now, and they always said they wanted to deal with Mr. Jefferson just north of that parcel on the riverside, which is I think just south of here. The sea has a boat access, and they wanted to try and acquire that, and that never went anywhere. So currently there is no land and there isn't any access. Like I said, except for the Morris Falls piece where you can drive your canoe in for a mile to get there.
Well, what's going to be the ADA accommodation by your commission, and what about parking and,
Right now, we want to take this very slowly as far as access. We don't have plans for going there tomorrow or even next year to put in access. That needs to be really thoughtfully figured out where either a dirt road or some kind of road can go down from 3A, not disrupt the farmer's field. That's the first issue. The second issue is to have no one, this piece of property only has 200 feet of frontage on the river. So we have to be very careful on your boundary line that's clearly marked if we ever do put in access, which I think the intent is someday to get an access down there. But my feeling is, and with the rest of the commission, is that even if we own this by this year, we own it, it's not gonna be open to the public yet. The primary action for this piece of land is still to keep it in active farming.
I have no problem with that.
So we
It's
don't
the
want,
access.
we don't want to interrupt the farmer's working with putting the access on either side that it's gonna disrupt his flow of tractor work. So we don't really know which side we would put an access on. We don't have the money to do that right now. So we're not that far planning. What, you want to say anything else?
Yeah, there is no plan at this point. I mean, the land is there, the access is there just by virtue of the access, and the irrigation pump is placed in it, and, you know, we have talked loosely that if we ever get to that point, that whoever's farming the land, would actually have first dibs at that access. In other words, if it was time to irrigate the fields and, there were people using it for boating purposes, the farmer would have first dibs because, I mean, it's primarily we're saving it for agricultural purposes.
Margaret Berg, 294 Charles Bancroft Highway. The topography on the access point it's all treed. Would you not be held to the same rules with removing trees that are?
Well, we walked down there, and where the actual access is, there's a slope into the river. There's no trees.
It's
right there.
tiny.
Yeah, right. That would be.
It's not wide enough to put a car.
Well, we're not thinking of cars. We're thinking if anyone ever use it. We're thinking of hand carry and canoe type of boats is what we're thinking.
Yeah, okay. Because that's a concern with, you know, people with boats and gas and,
Yeah, no, we're-
and
We're
pollution
not
and.
thinking along the lines of at least most of us aren't, I don't know if we haven't told everybody, but, Tom and I are thinking of car top access or hand carry.
Hand carry canoe.
And you can specify that.
Yes. Oh yeah. Mhm.
You
Is
can
that
restrict it.
Is it, it's not specified now?
Not at this point. No, this is something we have to work on.
But, and to get back to that land conservation investment piece that's across from, it's more or less across from the library, a little bit.
Right.
Now, you know, we should go back to Fish and Game, because it's been some time that, we talk to them and see if we can do anything there as well, and have them pay for access to the river.
Yeah, because actually, if we were ever able to get the Fish and Game to, we would not even pursue it at all. Because there'd be no sense in having two access points with the next number of feet, and if the state was willing to spend their money like they were supposed to years ago, but they diverted it up to one of the bigger lakes and spent their money up there. But they had spent the money to buy the land, obviously, but,
Now, as far as the farming and continuing in current use, how, are you restricted on how do you have to put that out to bid each year to the various farmers, or is there how do you?
I don't believe so, John, would we have to put it out to bid, or can we just pick a farmer that we know?
I would assume we can just pick. I don't think we have to put out the
I think it'd
bid.
be a grandfather situation. For example, in our case, where we all know Charlie's been using it on a regular basis, I think as long as the McQuestion family want to continue using it, my personal opinion would McQuestion be allowed to. If the McQuestion stopped farming, then it would go out to a bid situation in which farmer wanted to use it, but it would still be for agricultural purposes.
Well, the other question is, what sort of agriculture are we talking? How do you define agriculture? Are we talking about chicken farms or?
You could, well, now we have
Pig farms?
Normanton Farms down there, he's always looking for grazing land, so
Yeah.
if Charlie wasn't using it, I suppose you could have cows.
Yeah, it could probably turn to a grazing land, yeah, I mean,
You
hypothetically.
need fencing, right?
Right, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
And they would have to bid on it from you if they wanted?
They would have to have an agreement with the town.
With the town, yeah, conservation committee in the town, yeah, it'd have to be signed by both, but yeah.
And the Conservation Commission considers pig farm good agricultural use and maintaining the,
We certainly would
Tender
want
of
to
the
be
fa-
good
of the
neighbors, and
community.
wouldn't want 50 pigs roaming
No.
around, you know. But I know the farm down here has done, I think, commendable
no,
job
they,
with soil.
yeah. I
So we
agree.
would want somebody like that, you know, would not be using a lot of pesticides and
Right, aesthetically, it's not overly attractive.
what is.
Are you talking about
Yeah, the cattle farm,
the cattle farm? I mean, all the.
and his chicken farm,
The
yeah.
various outbuildings that are just kind of popped up there. Well, I think it's a great concept, but I don't think it's attractive.
Exactly, though.
I'd like a field, but,
Better
so
than
are we
houses.
allowed to, oh,
Better
wait,
than houses.
if they're maintained, are we allowed to ask the price that you're,
We will make a motion.
We'll have to make a motion to that effect after, we haven't got that far.
okay.
What is the, are there any easements between the Smiths' current residential property across 3A and this land they're selling?
No,
They have no access any more than
no,
anybody
no,
else?
no. If the town owns it, it's town access, no, right, no,
And
no.
they're not asking as part of the purchase and sale for the easement to be granted?
No.
Originally, yes, but no, we
No,
didn't end up.
it's not part of the agreement.
The easements that came up on title search, we should mention, those were a public service easement along 3A, conservation easement, along the brook, and a water rights easement, for the farm. It was quite an old, like 1920s, deed, and that was from the spring up in the back to the farmhouse. That's what came up on title search.
Because, now, under the new wetlands maps, I mean, most of that gully.
Your floodplain, you mean?
Yeah, floodplain, most of that gully is all floodplain, correct?
There's a 100-year and 500-year floodplain in there. I put the floodplain map back, I don't have it with me, but,
How does that
it
impact
doesn't
access?
go all the way up to 3A. There was a 100-year, it doesn't impact, because we don't plan on putting any buildings, so it doesn't impact the properties. It was there, it is there, and
Okay.
Do we have any other questions?
Eric Farren, 301. Basically, I was curious if, for some reason, you decided to go ahead with the plan to make a boat ramp or boat access to the river there, would that come again in front of the commission, and would there be a public hearing on that as well? Or is that something that is, there wouldn't necessarily be a need for a public hearing?
there wouldn't be need for a public hearing, but I would imagine it would take us several months to iron that out. You know, and our means of posting.
Yeah, our meetings are always posted, and, yeah, so,
But there, would it be open session?
oh, yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
Yeah, anything like that would be us. Mhm.
yes. Always open session unless we're discussing buying property.
Right.
Is it possible for you to read the segment about public access in the title or the deed that's going to be signed? Or has been
What do
signed?
you mean, to put
Could you just read the language about the boat access?
Oh, there isn't any.
There isn't any. We're not going to tie.
We're not tying up any deed with boat access, we're not,
So the deed will just transfer the property from the Smiths to us.
To the town.
It's a deal to the town, right? And then at some point we will work on the access. You know, I'm sure we'll be, if we do take ownership of the property, we'll be walking again, trying to figure something out and invite you along since you're direct abutters. And go from there. But like we said, primarily we want to keep the farmer happy and not disrupt his flow of work. And I will get not next week, week after, get in touch with Fish and Game again and see what the story is with them. You know, have they completely forgotten about us, drag up the file and remind them we did talk.
yeah, because they're, like anything else, agencies like that are always changing people in the seats that are driving the buses, so maybe we can, maybe we could actually stir that up, but they do actually have the access, because I mean, ideally, that we would get them to spend their money and us not have to do anything to change that piece of land.
Right.
You might include your, the legislators that represent this area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to, you know, allocate the resources which haven't been allocated in 15 years.
Right, in this election year.
Well, right,
That's the primary
they
road, right?
might listen.
Yeah. Mhm. Good point. Mhm.
And I guess the only other comment on that would be, just from our perspective, you know, as a direct abutter, we're, you know, having to call the police because there are people that go down there that don't, they drive down our driveway, they access on the side path in the dirt road, kids, there's trash, it's, it's
There are parties down
Parties.
there.
I wouldn't even be opposed to, after we are owners, to have, and before we decide what we're gonna do, to post the land saying no trespassing, even though it is town property, people shouldn't be down there.
No,
Well, the only access, clear access, easy access is on our
It's your
property,
driveway.
right, your driveway. Mhm.
which
Mhm.
is quite a ways off the property line, as you know.
Oh, yes, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, because the night we walked it, I mean, Charlie had pointed out where the marker was, and we took the marker and we went right straight down to the river, and it was, set back quite a distance. So, we appreciate the distance aspect of it, but you're right, I mean, there's no reason for anyone to be down there. Any other questions? If not,
So as far as, it sounds like, with most of the land that you currently own, is it mostly posted? Or is it at public access for hunting and fishing and other activities?
most of it's pretty much open, right?
We don't prevent, hunting, we have, some 11 by 17 metal signs that we say maintained by the Conservation Commission, but I think that's a good point to bring up at the selectmen's meeting, that until there is actual access there, I think it should be posted, that people shouldn't just be wandering down there.
No, I think.
Especially if it's being used by a farmer, so.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Well, that was one of the points that we spoke about, is people wouldn't
Mhm.
be
Yeah.
traipsing in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Also-
actually, when I was actually living in the town, I actually used to hunt over there, so,
Mhm.
once in a while, so.
And actually, there are laws concerning hunting and how close people can hunt
Yeah,
and have
setbacks and
access
stuff, yeah.
In
in
residence.
residential areas.
Mhm.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mhm.
So, you know, it's, when I hear them shooting out in my backyard, first thing I do is give the police department a call and say, come check this out.
Yeah,
Well, we've had Fish and Game asked to park on our property because there are, whatever they do with the headlights to,
Oh, jacking, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, Jack and Deere?
Mhm.
in that area.
Because we do have a lot of deer. Okay, nobody has anything else, we're gonna close the public portion. Gene, anything
I'm
else?
sorry, yeah, when do we find out the
In about 5 minutes.
account, the account amount?
In a few,
About 5 minutes.
in a few like minutes?
Oh, so we go out,
No, sit right where you are. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I gotta turn your head, put a blindfold on, okay,
We'll all raise our hands.
okay.
Should I can put out the, signs if we all are,
Oh, it's all right,
it's all right?
yeah, it's all right.
Good.
Yeah, most of them know who we are, they can know who to throw rocks at. Okay, public hearing is now closed. So at this time,
Answering your question.
did you have a question?
She was asking me a question.
Oh, Janet was?
Apologies.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, at this time, is it appropriate to ask for a motion, Joan? Okay. At
Madam
this time-
Chairman?
Madam Chairman.
Oh, Mr. Chairman? Co-chairman?
Whomever.
I move that we purchase from the Smiths 13.6 acres at 296 Charles Bancroft Highway, tax map 15, lot 22,
Is there a second?
For the purchase price of,
of $610,000.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
do we need to put in the motion that we intend to keep it for agricultural use?
I would like to see that in there, yes. Mhm.
Is there any motion?
Just add to your motion, don't necessarily amend it, just add to your motion.
Would like to add to the motion that we keep it for agricultural purposes
Perpetuity.
in perpetuity.
Your second still stand on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a roll call vote. Roger?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
You'll be voting for Sharon? And Richard?
Aye.
Yes. I'm going to abstain for reasons of some people could perceive it as a conflict of interest since Charlie McQuestion is my brother-in-law. Marion?
Yes.
Joan?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I abstain.
5 for and 1 abstention. Oh, John, I'm sorry.
Abstentions, yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
I'm gonna abstain.
Aye.
We'll vote on it on Monday, so.
Okay. Sorry, John, didn't mean to.
5-0 what? 1, 2.
2 abstentions.
Who's abstaining?
John
Myself and John.
Oh,
I did because Charlie's my brother-in-law. I don't want someone to
Right.
perceive that I have a vested interest in Drayton.
okay.
Okay. So do you have any idea what time Monday night?
You're right up front, so.
Okay, good, so.
We'll
What is
confirm
up front, 6 o'clock, 5
6
o'clock?
o'clock,
6
so.
6 o'clock the meeting starts?
Yeah,
Meeting starts at 6,
it has
yes.
been for quite a while now, since Brent got on. Brent-
I'll have, we'll just look at the schedule again on Friday, but I'm
Okay.
right up front.
Okay, good, thank you. So,
Michael, can you go, Tom, will you
Yeah.
be back by 6 o'clock?
I should be, yes, on Monday.
Richard and I will be
Yeah.
there.
yeah,
All right.
Anybody else wants to go?
yeah,
Oh, so if not, I'm available Monday night.
yeah, 6 o'clock at the town hall.
That's for the selectmen, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And that TNS is contingent on this public hearing and selectmen's approval.
right. Okay, the second item is Darrah Pond. Permit to apply pesticides up to 4 acres Darrah Pond for control of rolling milfoil and herbicide. Okay, this was done on,
The herbicide Stingray was applied July 23rd by Aquatic Technologies.
thank you for coming in.
Good night.
Night.
By whom?
Have you seen any results of this stuff yet?
I went over a week later and it did look brown and gunky, like the milfoil was. What do you think, Richard?
Yeah, I thought it was disintegrating.
Yeah,
It was disintegrating and then it disappeared. Well, not, I mean, obviously not all of it, but it is causing some sort of reaction that's
Yeah.
getting rid of it.
and I saw fish still swimming around, so that was good.
Folks-
Richard and I were there when they were applying.
Oh, you were, they applied it, yeah. How did they apply it?
Motorboat just kind of slowly trolled around with a big,
And with the
bat.
tube in the water.
it was a 55-gallon drum or something. And
And it's just trickling in like that thing, or spraying it or
No,
trickling
not
it?
spraying, just trickling it in the tube was actually in the water. So
Okay.
obviously how they applied it also.
No, I know,
And
I'm
they
getting,
didn't go all the way around, they did like a third or 2/3, what was that, 2/3?
2/3 of the perimeter probably.
Mhm.
And then they didn't go on that side by
The
West
buses.
Farm.
Yeah, right. No, because I'm getting some real favorable comments in reference to Robinson Pond, because they just did it again this year, and they're saying just how much more beautiful the pond is now. You can actually enjoy the water where you haven't been able to for years, so I think hopefully this is a step in the right direction.
And then we, in the permit, it said we need to look at a long-term management plan. So-
Right, I guess we definitely need to do that. I agree with that. Okay, conservation open space development.
Okay, I just made a copy of the, section, open space requirements. It does say under D, well, first of all, open space in the conservation open space development shall be permanently protected, and this is the Hamel Circle Phase 2.
Mhm.
Any use in the designated open space is subject to approval of the planning board in consultation with the Conservation Commission, and shall demonstrate that such uses shall not negatively impact the natural and or cultural amenities preserved through the COSD design. So, we shipped off their, declaration of covenants to Fish and Game, because Fish and Game wants restrictions about, cargo snakes and, they had, number 5 in their agreement was a little open-ended, which I told Fish and Game about that. They did not hear the planning board, on the August meeting, so there's continued to September. But petition 5 had something about the homeowners could make a ball field or something
Now, where is this? Now, where is, no, and that's the one on from Ness and Keg, but I'm talking about, where's that number 5 you're talking
Oh,
about?
that's in the, covenants that we were still working on that. They gave to the planning board when we sent them to all winter.
It does sound like that one should be kicked out.
Well, what about our property down on Moores Falls with the bunny problem? Have rehabitat over there, would that come under this?
No, this is,
This is
when
for
somebody
development.
comes in for subdivision, and if they have more than 20 acres, they have to go through this. They have to go through.
Oh, it doesn't, it's not for any of our existing
No,
No,
properties?
this is this one that they're doing the development next to you, your new section on the other side of the power lines, that big giant open space that the
Oh, okay.
Jesus is
okay.
trying to.
Yeah, okay.
It's a conservation open space.
Oh, okay.
So there'll be smaller lots, so there'll be 12 lots, and they're leaving 30 acres open. And it's a lot of wetland back there, as you know, that piece that goes out under the power line.
Yeah, 30 acres of it.
And it's good deer and
Yeah, it's good for deer.
habitat
And 12 houses.
Game is concerned about hogging those snakes.
They're all coming over to my house.
The snakes or the deer?
The deer, the geese, the turkeys.
Yeah.
So.
So are they going to invite us to a site walk? Are they doing a site walk?
They're not doing a sidewalk.
What?
They're not doing a planning board's not doing a sidewalk.
Can
Maybe
we,
it's-
can we request one?
I think we should request it. I think the planning board needs to do their job. I mean, if they're not walking the site, there's something wrong.
So two of us would be away next week, so it's like try for the week after for a sidewalk? Yep.
Who's representing them?
Teaching us,
Attorney?
well, Brad Westgate's supposed to make an opinion letter on the, road law, so he's there.
Mhm. Okay, I guess you can,
What was the thing mentioned about ball fields or something?
that was something that,
You want me to go get that? I
Well,
should-
no.
no, just off the top of your head. Yeah.
Well, section 5 of the,
Did the developers
homeowners
proposing?
association- Homeowners association, because it will be owned by the homeowners association, but it will be public land, up in the public. And they'll each get a 12, division 12 on their taxes. And that they can, let me get it so I can have it paraphrase, and you can go on to talk about what you're doing more small.
Okay. Moores Falls sinkhole on Trolley Track to south intersection, location is 2006. Kevin seems to think we need a wetland permit.
Yeah, didn't we discuss that?
I thought we had.
Yeah, bringing in gravel
I thought we were
or
just gonna,
rocks,
I thought we were just gonna add some kind of material in there.
because I think I just typed that up in the minutes
Yeah, you did,
from last
yeah,
month.
you did, yeah, we did discuss it.
And haven't you done that before? You filled that hole in before?
Yeah, we filled it in before, yeah. It's the same spot, only it's been
So
sitting
why
there
do we have to
since-
why do we need a permit all of a
I
sudden?
know, well, except Kevin decided we did, I guess, but, yeah.
Well, I think the issue was, if we were just gonna fill it like we did the last time, it wouldn't be a problem, but the problem is that clay pipe has actually collapsed.
Okay.
And I guess what they're afraid of is at some point in time that by adding all of that material on top of that pipe, will we ever block the pipe so that all that water will back up? So I don't know if Kevin is thinking that we really need to replace the pipe, or,
Well, I think, I don't know what Kevin, I'll talk to him and find out, but, I mean, if we start talking about quote-unquote replacing the pipe, we're probably looking at $150,000 repair job.
yeah.
So that means we just close off that trail area completely and just, post it and fence it. We'd actually have liability, we'd have to fence it otherwise, I think. Right now, the liability is there with that hole in there. So I think that, when I'm saying 150,000, I'm sure you're gonna have to get heavy equipment that's quite deep in there. You'd have to go all the way down to the bottom and put concrete pipe in, or whatever pipe they're using now, and you're talking, if you had to get if he's thinking we're digging it out, we'd be talking serious money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open space page.
Okay, this is declaration of covenants and restrictions. Okay, number 5 says, recreation activities. The declarants and the association may establish play areas, walkways, paths, trails, and other similar recreation facilities in the open space, provided that the same shall not be used for commercial purposes, and further that the same shall not include permanent structures and installations other than necessary small outbuildings. So play areas, walkways, paths, trails, doesn't say ball fields.
Yeah, as long as it don't say ball fields, I wouldn't wanna hear the word.
But it
ball
does
field.
say, and other similar recreational facilities, that's kind of open-ended.
Yeah, I'd see if I get that I'd see if I get
Stricken
that
out.
stricken, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the town has enough ball fields, tennis courts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, will they have a clubhouse down there?
No,
No.
It's not gonna be like,
it's not 55 and over.
okay.
So
55 and over have to have one.
Oh, yeah?
And we can't have 55s and over anymore, we already got a lot of them.
Well, you can,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
you have no incentive. You
Oh,
can
is
do
that-
a 55.
Oh, you can still do it?
Yeah,
But there's no incentive? I thought they could do it
but there's
all.
no
But there's no
density
incentive if
bonus
nobody
or
wants to.
anything. So there's 12 lots here and one frontage acre lot, well, it's more than
On
an acre,
Brickyard
on
Drive.
Brickyard Drive.
On the other
One
side of the
regular
swamp.
standard lot on Brickyard, and then 12 conservation open space. So these are, like .8, .7, there was one that was an acre. .7.
They're not 1 acre lots?
No. And you can have smaller frontage.
See the frontage,
less-
85, 100,
less
170 feet?
setbacks, smaller setbacks, smaller lot size, because you're keeping,
All the
30
swamp, all the
acres.
swamp intact.
it's good deer habitat.
Yeah, I think they should be allowed to build 4 houses, is what they should be
Well,
allowed.
see all these little swamp pick things?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's the wet part,
Yeah,
and that's the dry part.
Can we draw mosquitoes?
yeah, yeah.
The power line's here, so they're gonna cross the power line, you can't, of course, put any buildings under the power line.
No.
Here's where Hamel Circle ends now. To straighten this out, there's some debate here about road
Yeah,
law,
how many-
that's
how
what
many-
the debate is.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, 'cause that's set up for drainage now, isn't it?
Well, the houses are there.
the drainage isn't the problem, it's the
Yeah.
frontage, when you straighten out
There's
this
no more
road,
frontage, yeah.
it was their frontage.
So I said they should have to take out 1 house.
But, Tony Basso from Keach Nordstrom he's not debating it, he says he knows the law, and there's about three lawyers in the state that know road law. And, this will be either common land or town land, so he's saying they won't lose their frontage.
That they
So
what?
I said, they won't lose their frontage. So Brad West, I said, well, this was like the day before the meeting, I said, can you get an opinion letter from Brad Westgate? Well, of course, they couldn't get a letter in a day.
Right.
So that's why they continued in September, to get a opinion on road law.
Well, if the frontage goes away, the frontage goes away.
Well, it's a 290-page book that, Municipal Association put out about road law, so hard road to travel. That's the name of the book.
Isn't there a right-of-way issue or something?
That's it, right
That's
there.
it right there.
That's it.
The right-of-way issue.
Mhm.
And he's saying that the town doesn't, even though I've always gotten road deeds,
Mm-hmm.
that the town is only accepting maintenance, so not accepting the road bank. He's saying that property owners own to the middle of the road. So this is where we need some legal opinion. He could, Brad Westgate can write the letter, and then I'll have our attorney look at it.
So if they own to the middle of the road, would they be liable if someone got in an accident over there?
I guess not, because well, that's what the problem was here. We didn't want the town to own this because exactly for that reason.
Yeah.
But, I guess not, because it's right of passage. They're giving you right of passage, and, the right of way is an easement.
If I was owner of any of those properties, I'd want that spelled out.
But he's saying that's true with any road, that you own to the
Did you
center
know?
of the roadway. But with the right of way, he's saying the right of way is an easement. So that gets you the right of passage, but that's really a planning board
Yeah,
decision.
that's-
Right.
Kevin said something the other night about this is a historic road.
What, this one?
Yeah.
Not this one, Nessun-K maybe, might be,
Uh,
not this one's not historic.
yeah, it goes back to the king and all this stuff, and I was like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember the king
Yeah.
building that.
And he's talking about the, range lines, and this.
Oh, okay.
Range lines.
I think that's what it's.
Remember when Arcadian Home built that road? He wasn't a king. Roger Bouchard.
Well, where my house is, that used to be a cornfield. Howard Parker used to
Yeah.
farm there.
Yeah.
And I thought they used to go up through the power lines to get in there. I didn't know if they
Well,
was,
Pinecrest was always dirt
Yeah.
there.
it was tarred right up to the cemetery, then after that was
It was
dirt.
dirt, all the way out to the other end, yeah, to
Yeah.
Hillcrest.
Jake
Yeah.
could go ask
We used to
Pat.
snowmobile on it.
Mhm.
So this would be open to the public, but these people would own it. These 12.
Well, I think the only thing we were really concerned with, I mean, at this particular point, was the language. I think we'd like to see that, I think we'd like to hear that, see that stricken out.
Yeah.
I could see putting in a little area for kids with jungle gyms and things like that.
Yeah, then they'd have to make.
Most people with 12 house lots, most people are gonna have their own swing set and their own thing
Yeah.
as the kids grow, and then they dump it and get rid of it, you know? Yeah.
There you go. So they had to give, basement floor elevations for the, has to be
Yeah.
6 or 8, I can't remember,
I
6 or
forget
12
that.
inches above seasonal high. And,
Good luck with that.
yeah, we're gonna be building up the road probably.
Should put boathouses out there.
Well, then once we put a road, then they could just have
A dock.
Yeah, dock and a canal, yeah, yeah.
So, that's what it is. We'll be back September 2nd. So do you wanna go on a sidewalk, or do you just wanna have them, here's a copy, strike that language, that one?
I think that'd be enough for me to strike that language, unless somebody else really wants to go on a sidewalk, but I'd like to see that language stricken out.
Well, then the parents did come in and say, how are we gonna get to our land?
Oh, Margaret did?
Yeah,
Where's Margaret's land?
never really answered. There's a piece here. This guy fronts on Mockingbird.
How far over, was that Mockingbird is across from Wren?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that last line on Mockingbird.
So,
the
so
horses.
it's
Yeah.
like, and then there's what is it, Half Moon Pond or something,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
that's over here?
Yeah.
That, so that land doesn't abut that, there's another,
What map is this? 9?
I've been through there in the wintertime when I used to snowmobile or whatever, but I.
Short time I would have been through it, yeah.
So the piece is on, okay, here we go. Sorry. Here's the parcel. Here's that last guy on Mockingbird. He's got 24 acres.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Did he actually back straight up to it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think it went back that far. Okay.
Yeah, and then parent and parent are there. And
So
here's
they're
the-
landlocked.
They're landlocked,
Yeah,
yeah.
they wanted to know how they were gonna get
Yeah,
there.
okay, and there's a.
Helicopter.
There's the pump, yeah.
Yeah, but how do they get to their land now? I mean, they're
Yeah.
landlocked.
Walk into someone else's. It's the only way to get there.
How much?
Town owns this little piece.
Yes, that was,
3 acres.
yep, that was supposed to be a ballpark. When I first moved in there, we were told there was gonna be a ballpark in there.
Off Nelson
No,
County.
they put
Yeah.
it somewhere else.
There's a right of way into it?
Yep.
Yep, yeah. Between Bob Reddings and, the other people's house there was always a right of way in there, 'cause where Reddings is, I was gonna buy that other lot, but I couldn't put a ranch on there because the wetland, the, water table was too high.
Oh, okay.
Takes in the back here. Yeah, because Hamel comes in here now on this piece, and it's gonna go under the power line. Out to here, out in here. So this piece is 73 acres.
That whole parcel 73, the one
Yeah.
in question? Yeah. Yeah.
And that's it.
Very good. Okay, the sinkhole.
Yeah,
I thought we'd kind of said last month, we were gonna see if somebody could put a truck in there quietly and just take care of it.
well,
Off the
someone
record.
told us we needed a,
Yeah, but he's not here. As we're saying while you were gone in the other room, I mean, if you start having to talk about replacing a culvert, we're probably talking $100,000. You'll have to dig that whole thing all the way down.
yeah, we've got to get down there and look at it again, see how it's doing.
Either that, or I said we're gonna have to do a liability and put a fence up
Yeah.
and block it off completely from both
Well, that's the
directions.
section of Trolley Track that,
The Colby owns, but we are the custodians of it, so we're gonna maintain it, so we're gonna have to block it off. Otherwise, I think for liability purposes.
yeah.
Yeah, before I would dig that up, I would core it. you know, that they have a way that they can tunnel underneath there and slide a pipe in there.
Yeah, that's expensive.
That's
Yeah.
real expensive, huh?
It's expensive, but I would rather see that than digging that whole trolley track up.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Because that bed was built to
Yeah.
last. Yeah.
Have you been down there? I've been down there.
Have you seen what they're doing near the bridge? They're
Yes.
coring underneath the skateboard park and running that 5-foot concrete pipe.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't go see that.
That's for the
5 foot-
overflow for that new,
For that new sewer thing.
sewer
for the-
tank
for
they
the
put in
new
there. There's a 1,000,000-gallon tank in
Yeah,
there.
and they built that in sections,
That's a lot.
because they're gonna build 1,200 Section 8 houses behind it, that's what that's all gonna be now. They couldn't get financing to build regular houses. First it was gonna be luxury condos, then that didn't work, they couldn't get financing, they couldn't get financing for regular condos. So now they're down to Section 8 housing, 1,200 units,
400 units.
yeah.
Wow.
What a hell of a lot of business.
Nope, I'll be out of there before that happens, I'll hopefully be long gone,
Tired?
yeah. No, just dead and buried, it's easier.
Pick out a lot in Litchfield.
I already got mine, I got my stones there and everything, I'm gonna go check it out, it's there. There's just only one date missing.
We do a sidewalk?
Yeah, when you do it at the site. Bring your hand tools so you can work on my yard.
We can't do the minutes because I didn't print it. Can we save those for?
Yes, we can. Mhm.
September?
Yeah.
Oh,
What-
one thing I didn't put on here, what about cleanup?
Oh, yeah, we gotta schedule that. Mhm. You know, the only thing is, somehow or other, maybe we can get the selectmen to send a letter. We need to get the state to trim them damn sides of the road back. I mean,
We sent it, well,
we sent it
the letter
before.
last year thanking them
Yeah,
because they
but
trimmed.
last year, the year before. But right now, by the school, that's actually very much of a hazard. That stuff is overhanging the roads on 3A as you come around the curve. Blocking the line
Down
of
by
sight.
Griffin?
Yeah, as you're coming around 3A and you're heading towards the
Okay,
fire
yeah,
station.
yeah.
But the whole section, the whole road is, all of 3A is bad, but that's a horrible spot because it impedes the flow, the flow of eyesight there around that corner. I mean, I'm noticing that quite often lately. I said, man, that's horrible. But maybe we can get the selectmen to send off a letter to Division 5.
Yeah, I'll make a note. I'll talk to Jason tomorrow and we'll
Okay.
give a call to DOT.
See if we can get a call to Division 5.
Yeah.
I know that they're, low.
They're not really responding to a lot. We still have a tree down on Hillcrest they haven't picked up yet, so.
Yeah.
So do we wanna wait till, September?
Yeah, wait one more month, just see if we can get it cleaned. I mean, I'd like to do it, but and like I've said before, when we have these conditions, I just don't expect anyone to go tramping into that stuff up to their elbows either. I mean, if you just, whatever you can reach from the road, you reach, and
Right.
it's not worth it. I mean, the tick infestation is so bad, and besides, it's just not quite worth it. And I mean, even as I'm walking back down in the morning, as I'm coming from out of the golf course and I'm walking back down 3A, I have to keep stepping out, over the fog line to enter road to get around the branches. So I mean, I'm sure other places on 3A have got the same hazard, but I know the school is one that's caught my eye a lot. Okay, what's FW Web?
Okay.
That's a plumbing supply company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they plan on putting, Michael knows about this. They plan on putting, or going to request of the Merrimack site plan, 1,000,000 square foot building in Merrimack, across from our Morris Falls piece.
Oh, really? Wow,
For a
So-
plumbing supply warehouse or
Yeah.
something?
yeah.
Oh,
1,000,000
good
square foot
Lord.
building. It's
They-
like 500 feet wide by 2,100 feet long.
Wow, I wish it was in that
Why don't they
town.
just go buy up the market basket?
Tax
So,
dollars.
there's 100,
That's what I'm thinking,
there was 150 acres over there that,
That was part of the Moores Falls project on the other side of the river,
No.
originally?
you know where Chemfab used to be, it's
Yeah.
now Saint somebody?
Yeah,
there?
Saint Germain, yeah, Domain or something, yeah, right.
It's
mhm.
the building would be behind that, but I was with the Merrimack planner today, and she said, there's a whole plan for that whole 150 acres.
Mhm.
So I said, well, keep us in the loop when
Yeah.
these guys come in for a site plan. Fishing Game has walked the property, that's who I heard about it from, and I guess Slim and Lack, have they walked the property?
Yeah, well, the chair did.
Okay,
That was the email I sent to you.
okay. And he didn't think Litchfield would be able to see the building?
Yeah, I guess
Well,
it would be low enough for something.
I said to the planner today, I wanna see a balloon test, how high the building's gonna be when they do come in for site plan. And Fish and Game didn't like that they were draining stormwater to Coldwater Brook, specifically tell you about that.
Yeah,
What's the name of it again?
Dumpling Brook,
What is it?
Dumpling?
Dumpling?
Yeah, I think that's it, yeah. And they'll be taking stormwater to the Merrimack River also.
Mhm.
Well,
So
there's a
they
set
have-
of railroad tracks between the river and that
Yeah.
piece of
Right.
property,
Right,
so
we
that's,
could be running that, yeah. So
yeah.
there'll be some buffer.
yeah. Is that where the field is where public service keeps their telephone poles and stuff like that?
I went by today, it's just that big, nice big open field in the north end of Merrimack, well past where Zyla's was, on the right-hand side going north,
Past Silas, okay.
Yeah.
So there's Tractor Supply.
past that.
Yeah,
Really?
That's exactly,
Oh,
Tractor
okay,
Supply's
yeah, I know where you
Xylas.
are, I know where you are.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't even see the building that's there now, really, from
Mm-hmm.
you can see the driveway, but, and that's a pretty big building. Cause you can see their flag. So I
Yes.
called over there at first to ask them if they felt it was gonna be regional impact, and they haven't applied yet, but hopefully they will send us notice. When they do apply.
No, 'cause that's one company that's growing and growing and growing. My goodness, they're a privately held company, and I mean, they're just unbelievable the growth that company's experienced all over New England.
Hmm.
I forget how many trucks they send out a day. It's, I don't know, like 50 or 60 trucks, trailer trucks a day to different stores and stuff there.
Now, see, now they're pretty close to that new bridge, so it's probably why they have.
Yeah, 'cause right now they're located up on Amherst Street, up by the hospital, by the, you know, the old Memorial Hospital up there, what do they call it now?
Southern New Hampshire Medical Center.
Yeah, the one on Amherst Street though, the
Where is it?
second, what do they call it, West Campus.
Oh, okay.
How far out, that's Walmart?
Back this side of Walmart a little bit. Walmart's actually in Amherst, I think, am I there?
It's over
They're
by
in
the
Amherst, too.
Bonterrain tank.
Yeah,
There's,
right,
there's
yeah,
a big water storage tank there, Bonterrain tank.
Yeah.
They're over in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a big building, but evidently this one's gonna be a lot larger. So, any other business other than,
I know that, the, Lower Merrimack River Advisory Committee has been talking about the Heritage Trail system.
On the Merrimack side or the Litchfield? It is on the Merrimack side now, right?
yes,
I think so, yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Bedford area.
I don't know, and I know Gene made a comment, he's the new chair of the
What's
committee,
his name, Gene what?
Gene Porter, that he was surprised, because I think when he walked the property the other day, the trail itself, he was surprised wasn't, he wanted to know why it wasn't marked as part of the Heritage Trail.
Because it's not part of the Heritage Trail.
There you go. So,
Yeah, that's fine, simple. huh?
Years ago, when they started the Heritage Trail, Will Abbott had come and we'd worked on that, but it never took off on the Litchfield side because there's so many gullies and ravines to cross, so it ended up in Merrimack. I mean, how can, people that don't know, that was supposed to be from Massachusetts to Canada, the Heritage Trail.
Right.
How can you keep going from one side of the river to the other unless you're gonna go across
Swim.
the
Walk on water.
railroad bridge, and that's supposed to be on.
Is he supposed to be following Rogers Rangers Trail or something, or what's he supposed to, what's the original trail?
It's just not the original trail, it's just a trail from Massachusetts to Canada. We don't like
Just as someone take a walk.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't originally the car track, they were gonna follow the car track on the Hudson Litchfield line originally?
No, they were trying to go up the river side.
No, that was another issue, that was separate altogether, that was something else.
Yeah, that was.
Because
well,
we tried,
Get developed, like Annandale,
yeah, and,
they try to have them keep an easement on the car
Right,
track.
right.
so-
we did go
side.
in there, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
And then like over where Garrison Farm is over in Hudson, at one time there was a car track that went through there. and
Oh, yeah.
They had talked about, but that's all houses now, so.
Yeah, right, yeah. Okay. Well, any other business other than that, I'll
What
entertain.
about the rain report?
Oh, yes, the rain report,
We can enter that in, we had 5.02 inches of rain last month.
very
And
good.
that was interesting, because I happened to catch Concord Airport at 7.47.
But
That's-
the one that really, that they do is the Nashua Airport is what they do, the water draw.
But I mean, that's a big difference between.
Oh, yeah, 2 inches, yeah.
Well, and then if you go 2 miles as the crow flies over to Pennachuck Water, where they've been keeping
Yeah.
records for 150 years, you'll notice a difference between there and there. I know today, I was in Pelham, and it was raining to beat the band.
It sprinkled at the shop. Remember?
The road over on 3A wasn't even wet. I mean,
It poured on West Road and it didn't pour anyplace else.
yeah.
So that's how it was when I came home.
That's good. We appreciate you doing this, Raj, because it's very informational and
I need
gives
to
us
get
a,
a new,
yeah.
I need to get a new thermometer, one that reads the high and low of the day. mine doesn't keep a good eye. I take it at 6 o'clock, but the rain is accurate.
Yeah, I haven't, told Brendan Kiernan from DPS that we're doing this yet, but we did get an email from him,
Yeah.
Jason and I, that someone informed him, he's at DPS, there's a well at Gar Pond that he didn't know about. And he wanted to know who, when it was drilled, and who, what's it used for. So I just emailed him back and said, it's only, it's, as far as we know, it's only used for irrigation of the fields.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know when it was drilled, and you couldn't contact Kevin Lynch.
Yeah, I don't know when that was. Is it a drill well or a point well, or what is
I
it?
think I found it's a point
I
well,
believe it's a point well.
and it was only, isn't it only been a couple of years? Isn't
Yeah,
it
it's
when
not
they
that
redid
many. Probably nearer 10 than not, but,
Really?
yeah. I think when they were doing all those
The filler,
field enhancements there,
that's when they put it in, right?
yeah,
Yeah, has that been 10 years?
it's close.
Wow.
Yeah.
Has it?
I think so.
It's been
Yeah.
more than a couple, yeah.
Mm.
I really like how they cleaned up the woods in front of the high school.
You do?
That was a nightmare to begin with as far as security goes.
Well, somebody called that, I forget who it was, that wanted, because there was supposed to be a buffer left, and they were sure it was written somewhere, but we don't know it's written.
But I would have been afraid for, I know we're all paranoid about terrorists or whatever, but there's so much area in there that somebody could have hid and done all
Yeah.
kinds of crazy things. Now it's open, people can see.
Yeah, and that's.
See, I haven't
what
gone,
they did.
I love what they did at Griffin, opened up that area. Now they should get a backhoe in there and dig out that ditch and let the water flow and let the water problem go away from Griffin. And that's beautiful. It is great. They did a phenomenal job.
I saw the brush pile, but I didn't really take.
Oh,
the
they
ditch.
took all the crap out. It looks beautiful. I mean, it was like, wow, it's a nice job. Yeah, I really, I think their own staff. Huh?
Jack did Griffin, he had the prisoners due, by the high school,
No, okay.
Oh, so Jack actually caused that to get done?
I think so.
Oh, geez, we'll have to get him down there with a backhoe then.
With,
Push that pipe under the river and towards the river, and we'll clean that, we'll drop that water table down 18 inches and then actually. Were you on the board, John, when they presented to us, I know you weren't on this board, but when they presented to us, the school board did, that their proposal to, improve those drainage ditches? So we're looking at the plans, we're looking at the plans, I'm looking, it's like, what is this? 6 inches, 8 inches. I thought we were talking about taking it down a couple feet. They were talking about basically going in and just skimming off whatever topsoil was in the ditch.
Oh,
I
God.
says, this is ridiculous. I mean, and that's when they had just ran the pipe at the library. They just pushed the pipe under the ground at the library. That's what it was. And because we said to the engineer that would come in, they says, we can arrange to have the same guy can run a pipe underneath. We could drop that thing down 3 feet on both sides of the school, and the water problems are gone. There's no more wetness in the school. But that's not what they want anyhow. They want a new school. So
School,
yeah,
yeah.
we know what they want. Well, I'm entertaining a motion to adjourn. Is there one?
So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Unanimous? Yeah, thank you all.
Who seconded it? Joan?
I did.
I moved it.
She moved it.
Roger.